Oh, we have a viewer. We have a viewer. Hello, everyone. And welcome back to another Hookster Talks. Hello, Scott. Yes, I'm very well indeed, considering the state of the planet right now. Anyway, yes, it's not good, is it? But there you go. And of course, as you turned up, of course, I know what you're here for. I know it's not me, is it? No, it is, of course, yes. TB the Bear. Yes, look at him. He's so excited this week. He's been so excited. Yeah. He's been going down the petrol station and filling up his jerry cans full of petrol. Then he's been bathing in it. Yeah, bathing in all that petrol, going, you bastards. I ain't even got a car, he says. But he just loves filling up those jerry cans, he does, and bathing in all that beautiful petrol. Don't you, TB, you little tinker? You little tinker, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yeah, he loves it. He just loves bathing in petrol. Oh, look, you got a hi from Scott. Say hi, Scott, back. He says, hello. Hello. Nice, eh? Yes. Loves all that bathing in petrol, he does. Petrol, yes. Oh, it's been a beautiful week once again in the good old land of the UK, hasn't it, TB? Yes. So what's been happening this week? Anyone? No? No? Well, before I start ranting about everything else that isn't to do with Formula One, I suppose I better start with some Formula One. Lando! No! No, Lando! Oh my goodness. I expect all his fangirls were crying in their ribenas at the sight of Lando Norris going off the circuit in the wet conditions because, well, he didn't make the wrong call, but the call was not the right one. Let's put it like that, yes. But it was very, very marginal on what was the right call. But unfortunately, Lando lost out. And Lewis Hamilton, the blessed one himself, got his 100th win. I'm still in shock, actually, that a driver's only just got 100 wins. Yeah, I thought someone had got that ages ago, but no, apparently not. So, yeah, 100 wins for Lewis Hamilton. Now, of course, if any driver comes along in the future that's going to overtake that, it's not going to be as many years as it's been for Lewis to get 100. Because, of course, back in the days of when Formula One started in 1950, the whole championship season consisted of 7 races. Yes, that's how one Fangio won in the early days, only doing 7 rounds of the championship. So, of course, trying to get 100 wins out of that when there's only 7 races is quite impossible to do. But, of course, nowadays we're going to be having seasons of 23 races long. So it's going to be a lot easier for someone now to come along in the years to come and actually overtake Lewis's 100 wins. And I'm sure at some point pretty soon in the future that is going to happen. And so that record of Lewis's, I don't think is going to stand for many, many years. I think it will probably still be there for about another decade, but I don't think it will stand for much longer because, as I say, with all the races now, there's more opportunity for people to win and to get those stats on the leaderboard. So, yes. There we go. So, yes, poor Lando. I must admit. I would just like to say, though, that this is possibly something you get from experience later in life. But don't tell your engineer to shut up unless you are 100% confident on what you are saying and what you want to do. Okay? As I say, that comes from experience later on in life. But he was telling his engineer to shut up because he was absolutely confident that he was making the right call and it didn't work out. So yeah, just a little sort of thing for Lando there. Just, unless you've got that supreme confidence, and I do say that comes a lot from age, just temper it down a little bit, and then you'll be okay. Because unfortunately you did come across a little bit like a pillock for saying that to your engineer. But, just a small little thing there, nothing too serious. And yay, petrol government disaster everywhere. Yeah, I have to say a personal message now to Boris Johnson. Perhaps TB would like to get in on the act as well. Would you like to say a message to our illustrious Prime Minister, who I'd just like to say, where the bloody hell is he? Where is the Prime Minister? But more importantly than that, where is our saviour? Where is she? Where is our Queen? I haven't seen old Queenie for months. Have you seen her? No, no, no. I have. I think she's laying low because of the Prince Andrew thing. Yes, I think she's laying low. But come on, Queenie. If anyone needs you now, it's Great Britain. Great Britain needs our Queen back on our televisions, telling us it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, and to stop being silly twats about the petrol. Come on, Queenie, get back on the telly right now. We need you. Your country, your people. These are your people. Don't forget, they need you now, Queenie, because we're in a right 2-8. We are in a right 2-8. It's like unbelievable. It's unbelievable, and I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I've said this somewhere else. I can't remember where I said it now, but back in 1979, yeah, I'm going way back now. Yeah, that's when dinosaurs still ruled the earth. TB, shut up, stop twitching. Back in 1979, I saw a film called Mad Max. I was only 10. Yeah, I was only 10. I shouldn't really have seen it because it was a bit adult, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. But I was only 10, and I saw a film called Mad Max. And I thought to myself after seeing that film, that's never going to happen, is it? Never going to happen. There was anarchy, absolute anarchy, and everyone was fighting for that last drop of fuel. That last drop of fuel. Yes, that's basically what the film was all about. And now it's 2021, and they're all fighting over petrol. Yeah, who would have thought that would have happened? Yeah. So it really is just like Mad Max. Really is just like Mad Max. I just stop it now. Stop it. TB doesn't run on petrol, so he's all right. Yes. He runs on Weetabix, don't you? Yes. So yeah, it's just crazy now. And I demand that the Queen addresses me as a loyal subject. I demand she addresses me now about why she hasn't been on the television, because we need you, Queenie. We need you, because our country's in a right old state right now. It's in a right old state. Just every time I put Google News on, I like, uh, I would like to say though that on a personal note, I think Google News is quite possibly the most cancerous piece of news that you could ever sort of come across. It's just so much trash. It should actually be called the Sun newspaper, because there's just so much trash on Google News. It's unbelievable. And if you believed half of what it says, you wouldn't even bother getting up in the morning. You really wouldn't. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, it's 2021 and there's no petrol in the UK. No, because we've run out, haven't we? We've run out of fuel in 2021. Wait, no, we haven't. We haven't run out of fuel at all. It's just someone on the internet said, "Ooh, one of the petrol stations hasn't got any fuel," and everyone went crazy and exploded. What's that you say? No fuel? No fuel? Oh my god, I need fuel. I need fuel. I've got to get some to the gas station and get some fuel now. Unbelievable. And I think I said this in my live stream. If anyone actually caught that, or maybe it was too early in the live stream to catch it. I mean, when I had a car, I was always told to only ever half fill it with fuel, because obviously it's better for fuel consumption, because there's less weight you're carrying, because fuel is quite heavy. If you've ever filled up a gallon of fuel, you think, oh, that is quite heavy. That's only a gallon. So imagine if you fill up your tank with, like, I don't know how much they take these days, 16 gallons of fuel, something like that. Used to be 13 in my old Sierra. Yeah, used to be 13 gallon in my old Sierra, but it's probably about 16 gallon of fuel you can put. You imagine how much weight that is. But no, because there was no fuel, they were just like desperate, absolutely desperate to go to the filling station. Yes, must get fuel. And then they were coming in with jerry cans and filling them up as well. So they're going to dump all these jerry cans in the back of their car. The suspension's going to sit down the bottom, so the bloody thing's going to be dragging across the floor. They're going to be doing about 2 miles to the gallon in fuel consumption, but that's okay because they've got their fuel. Absolute bloody madness. Absolute bloody madness. And what with everything else going on as well, there's like the gas is apparently gonna skyrocket, the gas. Yes. I just had an email actually from British Gas. Yeah, I haven't read it yet. I don't know what it says. Probably don't panic, Mr. Mannering. Don't panic. It will probably say something like that. I can't find it now. I'll find it later. But yeah, literally as I come on here, I got an email ping from British Gas saying about the current crisis. The whole bloody planet's in a current crisis, isn't it? In it. I don't know. The whole world's in a crisis. Everything's going tits up. Anyway, that's enough for me. I feel for Lando massively and phenomenal feat for Lewis. Yes, I agree with you on both counts there, Scott. Yep. I think Queenie wants you to do it on either BBC or ITV. Fantastic. Yes. Hello, sir. Welcome to the stream. He says, hi, Dave. Hope you remember me from Indonesia. Yes, I do, sir. I remember you. I do indeed. I remember all of my subscribers, unlike all these big F1 YouTubers who don't even reply, do they? Really? No, they never reply. I'm always going through their channels, you know. Yes, they call me Sneaky Dave on the quiet. I'm always going through their channels and checking their videos to see if they actually reply to any of the comments, and they don't. No, the big ones, you've got no chance. If you get any comment hearted on any of the big channels, then you can consider yourself done for life, because they don't do it. They just don't do it. No, none of them do. Some of the smaller ones used to do it, and I used to watch them, but now they don't do it either. So it looks like no one makes comments or actually gets replies to comments on YouTube anymore. Kind of makes you think, what's the point of making a comment in the first place? Now, of course, as anyone knows on this channel, I pride myself in trying to answer 100% of all comments. Unfortunately, YouTube only sends me 90% of all comments, so I do lose 10% of you, and it's unfortunate. But if I could reply to them, I certainly would do. I certainly would do. Yes. I actually went through some last week that were 3 years old, and I thought, is it worth bothering to reply? But I thought, no, still reply. So I have. I didn't get any replies back, though. They've probably all fallen asleep by now. And they went, what the hell's this? What the hell is this reply from 3 years ago? But yeah, if anyone doesn't know about how YouTube works, basically YouTube is a video sharing platform. It's not a message platform. So the video sharing always takes priority, and the messages are just saying that's basically just bunged underneath the video. YouTube really doesn't care one little bit about all the messages you put underneath the videos. They don't care about that whatsoever. So they don't take any pride in it, and that's why the message system is always either broken or only half works. Sometimes it works fine, but most of the time it only sort of half works. So if you ever send a message to someone and you know don't get any reply and you think he's right up his arse, and don't be too disheartened, because it's not, in some instances, their fault. It's due to YouTube and their rubbish messaging service. Well, it's not rubbish, really. I mean, as I say, it's a video sharing, not a message sharing. So obviously the videos always take priority, and the messages are just something that's bunged on under, because YouTube is saying, oh, well, it's supposed to be better. I mean, there's this old thing about the more messages gets you higher up in the search engine, and that is true. That is very true, in fact. So that's probably why they do the messages and continue to do it to this day, because I think otherwise YouTube would have got rid of messages years ago. But yes, it does. The more messages you put on someone's video, the higher up in the search it actually appears. And surprisingly enough, a lot of people don't know this, but the more dislikes a video gets, that actually gets higher in the search as well. Yes. So if you ever disliking a video thinking, yeah, you're actually helping them. Yeah, you're actually helping them, because it actually puts it higher up in the search. Strange how YouTube works, but there you go. Actually, I'm sad because Fox Sports, it's already gone. I know, mate. I know. I feel your pain. A lot of things are disappearing. Unbelievable. But what can you do? What can you do? I don't know. I'm sad because I lost F1. Yeah, in the UK, because I can't afford Sky. So I was sad because we lost the full races. So we only get the highlights now. I do get the highlights, and I'm very happy actually with the highlights. So that's okay. But I was very sad for a little bit because it looked like we weren't going to get anything at all But we did a little late deal, I think, with Sky, and now we do get the highlights, so that's good. And it looks like it's going to continue for quite a few years, so that'll be good as well. But yeah, I was sad because I thought we were going to lose F1 for good. I know you can watch F1, through streaming and that, but I'm a traditionalist. I just like to watch it on the telly, I don't like to watch it on the internet. That's just me. I prefer to watch it on the telly. There you go. Actual fact, most days I record it and watch it later as well because I can't bother to watch it live. Well, it's not even live because it's only highlights, but there you go. Yeah, anyway, there you go. What does TB think about the state of the world? Well, he doesn't care. TB doesn't care about the state of the world because he's just a bear. He's waving to everyone. He says, "Hello, everyone. How you doing?" Yes. Oh, look at that. He's got his menacing face on. Look, look at his menacing face. Look. If you film TB from certain angles, he looks menacing there, doesn't he? Look, bloody hell. Looks like a Bond villain there, doesn't he? Look. Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. But if you sort of just turn it up, look, sweet TB, evil TB, sweet TB, evil TB. Wowzers. Have I just noticed that as well? Unbelievable. So yeah, and James Bond's going to be out next month, finally. How long has it been now? 2 years? 2019, wasn't it? It was supposed to be released? Or was it 2020? I can't remember. It seems like about 3 years, to be honest. Daniel Craig looks well old, but of course he made the film about 2 years ago. So, he didn't look too bad then, but now he's like, oh. And yeah, apparently it's really good. So get to the cinema. Don't forget to put your mask on. But the only other problem is it's about 3 hours long. So not a good idea to watch in the cinema, actually. But anyway, I wouldn't say that. No, I'd say go to the cinema. Watch James Bond. Why not? Are you still playing last F1 games on consoles? Yes, I am. I'm playing all the F1 games. I'm still at the moment very, very lucky because I can play all the games on all the consoles because I've still got all the original consoles still up and running. Yeah. One of the things I don't sort of ever talk about is the maintenance. Yeah, the maintenance, because they do take a lot of maintenance. And for some of these consoles, I've actually had to learn how to repair them to keep them going. Yeah, to keep them going. But I've constantly got stuff up here in the office that needs to be repaired constantly. I mean, my latest addition now is a PS4 controller. Yep, which will not switch on when you press the power button. Look, I'm going to say that it's going to switch on now. You watch. Look, it's completely dead. And before you ask, the battery is fully charged. Battery fully charged, but yeah, it's that button in the middle. Button in the middle's gone. I've taken it apart several times, and I have managed to coax it back to life. But I took it apart last night, and no. See, there's a little membrane underneath all these buttons. Fascinating fact, actually, about the PS4. In fact, all the PlayStation controllers. In case anybody doesn't know, in case you've ever wondered how you can't rub these bits off, it's because they're not actually stickers. No, they are actually part of the button. Yes, built inside. It's very, very smooth, so you can't feel it, but there is actually a little bit of a knobbly bit on there because that's where the actual shape is coming through the button. But yeah, they are not stickers. That's why they never wear out. Fascinating fact, isn't it? But that's true. But yeah, underneath this, there's a membrane which controls all the buttons. So when you press a button, it hits on the back of a membrane, and then that sends an electrical signal to tell you that you've pressed the button, and it gets the power off the battery, and the button does what you want it to do. But unfortunately, I think with this button in the middle, I think the membrane is gone. Anyway, if I can't repair it, I'll just use it for spares because obviously there's some nice. This is only about 2 years old as well, unfortunately. But unfortunately, I do believe it's a fake. I got it off Amazon, and it's very, very hard to tell the fake ones these days because they are so good. They've even got official Sony stickers on them now, even the fake ones. So it's very, very hard to spot whether it's a fake controller or not. I think this one is, to be honest. But anyway, if it doesn't work, I can take the thumbsticks off and use them on another controller when they go. Of course, I've got all these buttons here with the springs because these are all good. I can use them as well, and of course the battery inside, I can use that for another controller because I still got my original PS4 controller and the battery's starting to get a little bit tired now. It's only lasts a couple of hours, so I could swap it over this one because the battery's good in this one. So that's what I'll do if I can't get it working. But yes, I spend many hours trying to keep the consoles alive. One thing you shouldn't do with old consoles is not use them. No, because that's actually worse than actually constantly using them, because they all need an electrical current to run through them to work. And if you stop using them for any amount of time, then it's pretty much guaranteed that they won't work again. Now, what I do is I rotate them. So I've got a couple of old, where is it? There it is. PS1s. I've got a couple of those still in the collection. So I rotate them every 6 months. I take that one away and put the one I've got downstairs and swap it over and have that one running as well. And I've got the same with the PS2, which is just hiding underneath that joystick, underneath my finger there. I've got another one of those as well. So every 6 months I just swap them over. So that's how you keep them running, because you should never just have a console, stick it in your cupboard for like 5 years and expect to get it out and it'll work, because high chance that it won't. It's a device that needs to be powered on every now and again, otherwise it could fail. So yeah, that's what I do. I remember when classic races on YouTube and BTCC from 2000 but restrictions. Oh, I hate that word. Yeah, I hate restrictions. I hate restrictions. Yeah, I remember those races. Good old stuff on YouTube. What do they show on YouTube now? Absolutely nothing apart from Jimmy Kimmel, because that's the way YouTube is going now. They want to get rid of, well, creators basically, and they just want to be a multi-streaming platform for the big guys, like the big TV channels. That's all they want to be. They don't want creators anymore. They want all the creators to go, but of course they can't get rid of them, the usual way. So they're hoping that they'll just get fed up and then they'll leave the platform, and then YouTube would just be a massive big streaming platform. And I think that'll be very, very sad indeed, because especially like small creators, I watch a lot of small creators. There's a lot of untapped talent out there as well, which I have to say, and it'd be very, very sad if YouTube ends up just showing bloody Jimmy Kimmel on its channel. It really will be a sad situation, because some of the inventiveness of some of these smaller channels is just absolutely phenomenal. It really is. And it's how a lot of people express their creativity. And you probably know this already, anyone who's watching, but a lot of YouTubers do this for their own sort of self-worth, I would say. There's a lot of YouTubers that have, problems mentally, and they do YouTube for those reasons, and good luck to them. That's what I say. Good luck to them indeed. But I do sometimes watch Video Daily Motion. Yeah, I've seen that a few times. Russell and another F1 driver came to the new James Bond theme. Yes, I saw that. I saw that indeed. Well done. Well done to everyone apart from Daniel Craig, who had that bloody stupid, what was it? Velvet coloured suit on. That's not James Bond, really, is it? No, that's not James Bond. He looked more like Austin Powers. All he needed was a mini-me, and it would have been complete, wouldn't it? Yeah. Petition right now. Petition. Yes. The state of the world right now. What do we need more than anything? I'll tell you what we need. We need another Austin Powers movie. That's what we need, don't we? Oh, by God's sake. Come on, Mike Myers. Sort yourself out, for cock's sake. I don't even know what he's doing now. He's probably just sitting there rolling on his bed in all his millions. I mean, what has he done in the last 15 years? I can't even remember. I think the last film he made was The Guru. But come on, Mike Myers, sort it out. The world needs another Austin Powers movie. Just come on, you can do it. Just film it quickly. We won't care. We just want Mini Me back. Oh, oh, that was a faux pas. I just realised as I said that, unfortunately, Mini Me is no longer with us, as far as I can recall, because I just saw a video about that the other day. Let me just check that for you, in case I get taken down by YouTube. But I'm pretty sure. Yes, I was. Yes. Yes, unfortunately, Mini Me is no longer with us. Vern Troyer, he left us in 2018. So, yes, there would be no Mini Me. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. But I'm sure they could still come up with a pretty fun movie. Pretty fun movie. Come on. Come on, Mike Myers. Pull your. I mean, he's not doing anything else. They stopped doing Shrek films. So just come on. Get on with it. Yeah, the next Bond. So you never play on PC version? No, the only game I sort of play on PC is F1 2009, but that's the PSP version, and I'm doing it through emulation. Um, I don't actually play any of the F1 games on PC because I like to keep it original. That's the name of the channel says F1 games PlayStation, so I like to keep it on original hardware. Now, of course, for how much longer that's going to continue, I've no idea because as the years creep on, this hardware, original hardware, is going to be a lot more difficult to try and keep going. So at some point in the future, I may have to transfer, some of this to PC because obviously some of these games will last forever on PC. But of course, a lot of these games aren't available on PC, so I don't know. It's a bit of a balance in that. But at the moment, we're good to go. We're good to go with all the games. Yes. I've still got every single F1 game on PlayStation, apart from those two Japanese titles, which unfortunately I couldn't get hold of because, well, I wasn't going to spend £22 each for a 7-minute video. I'm sorry, because they're only available on import and they're very, very expensive. And they're rubbish because they're Japanese games and they are rubbish. So, yeah, there is some footage on YouTube. So if anyone wants to check them out, I can't remember what they're called now. Uh, but they were Japanese only games to do with Formula One. They weren't even. I think one was licensed, one wasn't licensed, so it was up and down. Well, I think one was F1 management game or something like that anyway. But yeah, I wasn't going to spend that amount. But apart from that, I've got every single F1 game that came out on PlayStation, and at the moment, I can still play them all on the original hardware. Classic Hookster catchphrase. Yep, that's me. I think before EA take acquisition of F1 Steam version, it's not expensive. I see. I understand. Yes. So yes, F1 2021. Shall we talk about that? Not the real life one, but the game. Have you noticed that pretty much no one's talking about F1 2021 right now? It's just Now, if anyone knows, I'm doing a career mode on that game at the moment with Carmen's Order, and I have to say, out of all the career modes I've done, and I've done a lot of career modes, and especially for the all seasons. I've gone from 2004 onwards. And out of all the career modes I've done, apart from the 2004 season, which was very bloody hard indeed, as anyone knows, because that game is bloody impossible. But apart from that, I think this 2021 career has been the most frustrating career I think I've ever done. Now, if anyone knows, I hate doing flashbacks because as soon as you do a flashback, that's 10 to 15 minutes of editing that you've got to add to your time while you sort out the flashback. So flashbacks to me are horrible things, but I have to use them because obviously if I'm making a video, yeah, and I make a mistake, because sometimes I just like fall asleep halfway through a race sometimes, and the car goes crewing off into the wall. Yeah, that's happened quite a few times, in fact. So I have to have flashbacks enabled, obviously, in case something like that happens, because otherwise it would be quite a boring video. And as I've always said, those videos are entertainment. They're entertainment videos. That's what they're for, entertainment. They're not to see me fall asleep and crash into a wall. No, that wouldn't be very entertaining, would it? So I have to have flashbacks on, but I don't like to use them only when, because as soon as I use a flashback, I'm like, oh god, it's another 15 minutes I've got to sort out. So I don't like to use them. But I have to say, for F1 2021, I have never used so many flashbacks in a game that I've had to use for 2021. It's just absolute madness. It really is, and it's just, I don't know. I mean, it's just for stupid things like you go over a curb on the same lap the first time and it's fine. You go over the curb the second time on the next lap and you spin out. It just makes no sense to me. You approach that curb exactly the same spot and yet the car spins around. So yeah, out of all my career modes, the 2021 career mode has been really, really frustrating. Really, really frustrating. It adds about 15 to 20 minutes to every video just through sorting out the amount of times I have to flash back because of, things that seem to be out of my control, like the car spinning out for no reason. I just don't get it. Just don't get it. So yeah, but as you probably noticed, not a lot of people are talking about F1 2021, apart from the fact that it's not very good. In our own racing league, we don't even use it. We're still using 2020 because we feel that it's just going to be too frustrating to use 2021 with the state of it at the moment. It is getting better, but yeah, not fast enough. I don't know what they did this year with the game. I think they tried to reinvent themselves, but didn't quite pull off. So hopefully next year's game will be an improvement. Will be an improvement. Saying that, I'm getting messages now on the. I'm getting messages from the plant pot. He's taking the mickey out of me because he's got that new Hot Wheels Unleashed, and he says it's in 4K. He's doing that. He taunts me. He does. Plant pot taunts me. Shall we taunt him back, everyone? Yeah, we know how to get his buttons rumbling, don't we? Yeah. Here we go. Hi, Joseph. Hi, it's the TB Bear here. Look, your friends. Look, remember Russia 2016? TB does because he had fun. Yes, taking you out of the race. Stick that, you bloody Micro Machines Unleashed up your bloody Jackson with its 4K. Fucking fuck. So this is what I have to put up with on a daily basis. Yeah, I get taunted all the time because I haven't got a 4K TV. Yeah, and I haven't got a PlayStation 5, and all the time they're sending me messages. Unbelievable. They've even started saying, "Oh, we can't watch your videos now because they're not in 4K." Yeah, can you believe that? These are supposed to be friends. Yeah, friends. They won't watch me videos because they're not in 4K. No. 1080p. No, it's not for me. It's not for me. Sorry. Unbelievable. So what do you think the old driver from my country, like Shing, I can't pronounce his name, I'm sorry. Is it Sean? I don't know. Sean. I used to like Rio Haryanto. Wasn't he he was in the Manor, wasn't he? Yeah, I used to like Rio Haryanto. Now, I thought he was pretty decent. I reckon if he'd have got into a decent car, he'd have done all right. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm still getting messages on Facebook. Yeah, unbelievable. Really is. Scott says, I think the worst thing about F1 2021 is EA. Yeah, I think you're right there, Scott. I mean, it's pretty remarkable to me, though, that game must have been 90% finished by the time EA took over. And in the last 10%, they still managed to completely balls it up. Well done, EA. Well done indeed. I've said about this before, but I think that as soon as EA took over, they got the whole of Codemasters, got them all together, and got them all together with their teams as well, and said, right, look, this is what we want to do, lads. We want to put this bit in, put that bit in, put this bit in. And Codemasters were going, whoa, hang on a minute. Hang on. we've nearly finished this game now. And they went, yeah, that's all right, but we can add a few more bits. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. They'll love it. They'll love it. Yeah. In the next game, we want stormtroopers, though. Can we have stormtroopers in the next one? Yeah. We want stormtroopers. Yeah. Is that okay? What do you mean there's no stormtroopers in F1? Well, there will be now. Yeah, we're going to call it F1 Battlefront 4. Yeah, F1 Battlefront 4. That's what we'll call it. Yeah, that'll get the punters in. That'll get them in. Yeah. I don't get it. I just don't get it. How they managed to cock that up. Very mysterious. Very mysterious. Hopefully F1 2022 will be great. Absolutely smashing, mate. Absolutely smashing. Yes, smashing it will be. But I don't have high hopes. No, don't have high hopes. I think it'll be bloody rubbish. I'm more excited for GT7, to be honest. Yes, I think that'll be great. But not Formula One. I'm hoping it comes out on PS4. Well, it will come out on PS4 because there's still not enough PS5s for them to sell it. So it'll come out on PS4. So hopefully I will be there for 2022. 2023, unfortunately, I don't know because I think that'll only be PS5. So that may be the end of the channel. Well, no, I can't end the channel until I finish the all seasons, actually. So we're all right until that's finished. And the way things are going, it could be like 2030. Fantastic. Sean from F2, mate. Yeah, I must admit, I don't watch F2, to be honest, so I couldn't really make a comment. I've heard he's been pretty decent, though, so well done to him. Hopefully he'll get a drive in Formula One at some point in the future. But, of course, unfortunately, it's very, very difficult now to get into Formula One, especially as there's only 20 seats available. Yeah. And you've got older drivers who refuse to leave, or they leave and then they come back again. Fernando! Or they stay for it seems like ever. Kimi. Yeah, all the time you've got that going on, it's not giving the younger drivers a chance, really, is it? But that's Formula One for you. If you've got a bankable name like Fernando Alonso, then obviously you're going to put him into your team, aren't you? Yes. So that's why they did it, obviously. And I'd say he's done pretty well at Alpine this year. I was very surprised. I was expecting him to be 15th or 17th every race, but he's done a lot better than that. So well done, Fernando. You bloody old bastard. Jay Cartwright. Hello, sir. Welcome to the screen. We race as one. More like we race for money. That's true. That's true. But then that's been Formula One since it started, isn't it, really, in 1950? Yeah, they don't race as one. No. If they raced as one, then all the cars would be equal, wouldn't they? Yeah. But they're not. No. And as they say, the fastest car always wins races. And it's true. Yeah. But it's only the fastest car because it's got the most money spent on it. Yes. So there you go. But that's been the problem with Formula One. They've tried to address it so many times, haven't they? So many times. That's why in 2010 they brought those 3 small teams in, didn't they, to try and sort of level out the balance with what we had. We had Lotus, didn't we? And Virgin. Yes, that was great. What was the other team in 2010? I can't remember the other one. Was it HRT? Was it HRT? Hispania Racing? I think it was HRT. And so yeah, that was an attempt to try and level it out, and they bring out these cost caps, and no one sticks to the cost caps in Formula One anyway. No one sticks to them, so I don't know why they bother. We all know that the best teams are going to spend the most money. It's simple logic, isn't it? If you've got the most money, you're going to spend it, aren't you? You know, it's just the way it goes. But that's in life as well. Basically, it's not just in Formula One. The Stormtroopers, I think, were the pit crew. Oh, they were they? Oh, I knew they'd get in there somewhere. Stormtroopers as a pit crew. Yeah, I think you're right there. That's what we'll have next year in 2022. Yeah. F1 Battlefront 4. That's what we need. Petition EA now, everyone. F1 Battlefront 4. What a disaster that'll be. A little bit like the Battlefront game. That was a disaster. I played that a little while ago because it was free, and oh my god, think I've mentioned it before, but yeah, there were stormtroopers falling through the sky, and that was a premium game from EA. Well done. And the only two things that are positive are they kept my team in the Seven Legends, Senna Prost, Schumacher, David Twat Coulthard, Felipe. Yeah, they kept my team. That was a good feature from 2020, as to be said. So I'm glad they held on to my team. I was forgetting actually that my team only came in 2020. I thought it was in 2019 because when I started the all seasons on 2019, I was expecting to see the my team and it wasn't there. And I was like, oh no, it wasn't in 2019, was it? Only in 2020. The thing you had in 2019, of course, was the driver transfers. That was the new addition, wasn't it? Where the actual drivers could transfer teams during the season. That was a great feature that no one even knew about until they said that was what was going to happen, and it caught everyone on the hop. We went, what? It is a great idea, great idea, but unfortunately, from seeing other people's videos, it can get very, very messy. Sort of by the time you get to about season 5, because no one is in the correct team, and for like commentating on a video, it's even worse because I'm like used to having them in their cars, and now they get swapped all over the place. You got Lewis Hamilton sometimes in an Alpha, and you're like, what? So it gets very confusing. But it's great to play it like that. But yeah, not good for commentating on. In UK, is it they bored or not Lewis always becoming world champion? Yeah, we are bored of Lewis Hamilton becoming the world champion, but I seriously doubt it's going to happen this year. I think that was a little bit of a lucky win for Lewis. I'm not saying he wouldn't have done it anyway, but I do think that was, due to the conditions, a bit of a lucky win. I have actually predicted, I think I did it on Facebook, that I've made a prediction, and that is that's the last win Lewis is going to have in Formula One. I know, it's ballsy, but that's my prediction. I think that's the last win, Lewis, unless he gets a lucky one. I don't know, but I think that's the last proper win that Lewis is going to have in Formula One. Just my prediction, anyway. Especially with George Russell going to the team next year, I just can't see it. I really can't. But we will see. But my prediction is that Lewis Hamilton won't win the championship this year. I'm pretty sure Maxi Boy has got this championship. Yeah, I'm pretty confident he's got this championship. I don't know how many rounds are left. I think it's about half a dozen rounds left, isn't there? So still plenty to play for, but I think Maxi's got it. I really do. We will see. Yes, it was HRT. It was HRT. Yes, I thought it was. Yes. I should have remembered that because I used to do a league on 2010 and I was always stuck in that car because it was like the default car if you were new to the league. But they never put me in anything else. So I had to stay in that bloody HRT for, I don't know, about 4 or 5 years, I think it was. Or maybe it felt like 4 or 5 years, but I think it was about 5 or 6 seasons, something like that anyway. But yeah, unbelievable. And there was meant to be the US F1 team, but we know what happened. Oh, yes, the US team, yes. That didn't quite work out, did it? No. Oh, dear. Sorry, I'm still getting messages, and it's just covered over your messages. I've got to wait for it to clear. Yes, whatever, bloody plant pot, go away. He's boasting about Hot Wheels Unleashed again. Unbelievable. He just never lets up. He just never leaves me alone. Right, message is gone. One thing I like about F1 2021 is the soundtrack. Ian Livingston, who did F1, came back. Yes, the soundtrack is pretty decent. Apart from the actual beginning music that I've heard a lot of people complain about because it's too bloody loud. And I have to agree. Yes, the music is a little bit too loud. But you can't really complain about whether it's too loud or not. It's just like a moot point, isn't it? It's whether the music is any good. And yeah, I do like the music in 2021. I did actually like the music that Mark TDK Knight did for the earlier F1 games as well, I think he did them up until 2018. I think was his last game, 2017, something like that. Anyway, that was pretty decent music that he did there. But unfortunately, 2019, he actually said somewhere on YouTube that he couldn't do it anymore because uh, they were after sort of high production values, and he was only like I think he only does it on his own, I think, and he wasn't able to meet those sort of high production values that they were looking for to move on in their Formula One games. So we had to decline from doing any more, unfortunately. So I think 2019 was done by different people, I think. So yes, unfortunate, but there you go. But I did enjoy his 2016 soundtracks. Did Mark TDK Knight? Mark TDK Knight has been around for donkey's years, really has. Yes, he did some of the very early games soundtracks. Been around for a long time, long time. F1 2019, Lucas Weber and Devon Bloody Butler. There you go. I've said it, Scott. Devon Bloody Butler. Yeah, it's Devon Bloody Butler, mate. Well, don't worry. I'll let you into a little secret. Devon Bloody Butler's not doing very well in my 2019 career. No, he's not doing very well at all, which means he was all mouth and no trousers, wasn't he, eh? All mouth and no trousers in those original cutscenes saying about how good he was. He wasn't good at all. Well, not in my first season anyway. I'm thinking about playing that Hot Wheels Unleashed game. Yes, go for it. Go for it. There's a couple of videos on YouTube that people have made. Someone I follow is Matt212. He's an F1 YouTuber, but he does sort of other games, racing games when they come out. So he's done a video about it. So why not check that out if you want to? And I expect some of the bigger ones have done their videos. Well, I didn't see many of the bigger sort of YouTubers do any videos about Hot Wheels, sort of F1, but of course it's not F1, so that's probably why. But yeah, I've seen a few videos about it. It looks pretty decent. Looks pretty decent, I have to say. So there you go. Thanks, Scott. Thanks indeed. Yes, well said. You wait till I become Prime Minister. Yes, you wait till I become Prime Minister. I'll sort out this country. I'll tell you, I'll sort out this country. Petrol shortages indeed. Unbelievable. Boris, what the hell are you doing? Trouble is with Boris, every time I see Boris Johnson, I just keep thinking back to his many appearances on Have I Got News for You? If anyone's not in the UK, they won't know what that is. It was a satirical news sort of show where they dissected the news of the week. And all I ever think about when I see Boris is his many appearances on that. And he just came across as a complete bumbling idiot. And the audience, they weren't laughing with him, they were laughing at him, which is never a good thing for anyone. You never want them to laugh at you, more with you. And that's how he seems to come across now. I mean, even as Prime Minister, he's still got that bumbling yes, this is what we're gonna this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna bring the army in, and they can drive all the tankers. Yeah, they can drive all the tankers, and then all the tanker drivers, just give them a week off. We'll give them a week off, and the army can take over. Yes. And as it happens, how's the fire brigade doing? Are they a little bit tired as well? Oh, yeah, okay. We'll get the army then to run the fire service as well for a week, and we'll give them a week off. How's that? Yeah. Bringing all those green goddess fire trucks, yes, that the army has, yes, built in the 1960s. They're solid, they're solid and they're reliable. That's what we need. Yeah, so we'll get the fire service a week. Anyone else we can give a week off? I'm not quite sure. Health service? Oh, no. Don't go on about the bloody health service. Don't go on about the health service. No. That's just how he's just still a bumbling idiot, really. Sorry, boys, if you're watching, but you just are, mate. You're just a complete bumbling idiot. The complete wrong Prime Minister for a pandemic, unfortunately, as I've said before. Completely wrong Prime Minister for a pandemic. Yeah. He'd have been good not during a pandemic, but nah. In the bin, mate. In the bin. But unfortunately, what have we got to replace him with? Keir Starmer. Oh dear. Let's not go there, eh, lads? Let's not go there. So yeah, I found out Milestone, who does the MotoGP, did the Hot Wheels. Oh, they did they? Oh, well, it might be pretty decent then, because I've heard good things about the MotoGP games. Yeah, I don't play them myself, but I've heard other people say they're pretty decent. Well, the latest ones anyway. So could be good. I remember when Boris was on Top. Yeah, Top Gear. That's another example. Yes, yes. Anyone who wants to see that, I'm sure it'll be somewhere on YouTube. But just type in Boris Johnson Top Gear, and I'm sure it'll come up. Um, in fact, saying that, I'm going to do that myself right now. Right now, I am. Boris Johnson. Top Gear. Oh, yes. There he is. Boris Johnson. Top Gear. God, he looks young, doesn't he? God, dear oh Lord. He does look like a posh twat, doesn't he? Well, that's because he is a posh twat. Yeah. Yeah. £110,000 a year he gets to be Prime Minister. Was it 100? Something like that. Anyway, £150,000 a year to be Prime Minister. He was moaning at that, everyone. Moaning at that because it's hardly enough to put his youngest through Eton. No, it's hardly enough to put his youngest through, one of his youngest through Eton. I know, Boris. I feel your pain. I really do feel your, I can understand. Life must be such a struggle right now. Such a struggle. You know, I would really find it a real struggle to get up in the morning when I was 56 years old with a 36-year-old girlfriend. Yes, I would. I'd find life such a struggle to get out of bed. I would, for just 150k a year. Oh my God, it's unbelievable, unbelievable. Well, you know what you need to do, Boris? You need to leave, and then you can do a Tony Blair, yeah, and go around all the club circuits doing your little speeches, because you know he earned £1 million last year. Did Tony Blair, just talking shit at these conferences and whatever? Yeah, 1 million quid he earned, and that was during a pandemic. Can't be bad. Can't be bad. That's what Boris needs to do. Yeah, just quit, Boris, and start doing that. But oh my God, does he look young? Jesus. I can't play it in case the sound comes through and YouTube block it. But wowzers. And that was, well, we got, it says 11 years ago here. Yeah, it sounds about right. 11 years ago. Wowzers, me trousers. Was it really that long? But yeah, he does look bad. What I mean is he looks bad now. He looked like a posh twat, but at least he looked better then. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Unbelievable. Dave, when you become Prime Minister 2 weeks later, the COVID pandemic will be over, and Boris, what a woolly. Exactly. Yes, as soon as I become Prime Minister, the pandemic will be over. Yes, yes. There'll be no more Deltas, Alphas, Bravos. I don't know, whatever begins with C. I can't remember. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So yeah, the country's doing pretty well now, and I just like to say on a serious note now, it's time to get serious with Dave. 54 minutes into his stream, and it's time to get very, very serious indeed. I do happen to know that there's a lot of people out there right now who are finding it very, very tough, and I understand that. There's also a lot of people out there who have some sort of mental problems, and I understand that as well, because these past 18 months have been very, very tough on everybody. In fact, I think this is the biggest challenge that the people of the world have had since possibly the end of World War II. Yeah, I really do think this has been the biggest challenge we've had since the end of World War II. As I say, I know for a lot of people, it's been very, very tough, and it will continue to be very, very tough. But I'd also like to say that hopefully in the future, things are going to improve. This is a sort of period of time when we're going through what they call a bad patch, but eventually things will improve, things will pick up, and hopefully a lot of people's mental health as well will improve, because it's just been a really bad couple of years. I think back now to 2019. I think back to 2019 and what it was like just before the pandemic. I mean, we 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 basically had nothing to worry about, did we? We were making up shit to worry about, basically, weren't we? If anyone remembers, like all the drama on YouTube with what's his name? That bloke who does Drama Alert. I can't. Let's get into the news. All that shit. Yeah, do you remember all that? Because we didn't have enough real news, so we were making up shit. Do you remember that? 2019, just before the pandemic, we were making up shit because we didn't have enough real news. Now we've got so much news, it's unbelievable. Real stuff, real issues, real problems in the world. It's just unbelievable how much news we've got now. Every single day we seem to lurch from one crisis to the next crisis. First it was the pandemic. Then during the pandemic we had rioting. And then, of course, the pandemic started to get worse and it got a little bit better again. Now, of course, we've got gas problems in the UK. Prices are going to skyrocket. Anyone who's on universal credit is going to get that cut next week. The £20 uplift. This is all becoming what they call a perfect storm of problems. Yeah, it's when you have one problem in life and then you end up pretty quickly. It's like what they say, no buses come along and then suddenly three come along at once. That's exactly what happens in life, unfortunately. You get one problem in your life and then suddenly you get two or three problems appear at exactly the same time. And for a lot of people, that becomes too much, too overwhelming. And that's when, the mental problems start. And it's pretty understandable. But I will just say, hopefully, because I like to do these streams as entertainment, not to, bring down the sort of planet. So I'd like to say that hopefully in the future, things are going to improve. I can see that they will, but unfortunately, I've got to say that through this winter and through onto the spring, we are going to have a tough time. There's no two ways about that. We are going to have a tough time through this winter because COVID looks like it's going to resurge itself a little bit. Hopefully it won't get up to the levels of last winter, but it looks like it's going to surge a little bit. And of course you've got the gas. The petrol crisis is going to be over within about a week, so I shouldn't worry about that. Yeah, the petrol crisis. But you've got you've got the lorry drivers. There's a shortage of food in supermarket shelves as well. It's all, as I say, it's all come together into this perfect storm, and things are going to be bad. But I'm pretty sure that in the future soon, things are going to get back to normal. And I have to say that probably in about 5 years' time, we'll look back at these times, and one good thing that will come out of all of this that has happened is maybe we won't be such selfish pricks that we were before. Because, as I say, looking back at 2019, the state of us, I actually think we were in a worse state in 2019 than we are now, because the selfishness was up to another level, and all this that has happened since then has brought everything into focus. So, I think eventually things will settle down and we'll look back at these years, and I'm not going to say we're going to laugh about them, but we're going to think, God, did that actually happen? Did that actually happen? I mean, to our any future children or grandchildren or whatever in about 20 years time, we'll be able to say to them, oh yeah, back in 2020 we had to wear masks because of the pandemic, and they'll all look at us like we're crazy. Masks, why do you do that then? So it'll be something to pass on. But yeah, I'd just like to put out there a little bit of positivity. I know things are going to get tough through this winter. I'm hoping that this winter is going to seriously fuck off COVID and it's going to say, oh, I've had enough now, and go away, because that's what we need. COVID, go fuck yourself. Okay, that's a personal message from the Hookster. COVID, go fuck yourself. Just die now. Just die, die, die. We're not interested anymore. Not interested. No, yesterday's news. So just please go away, COVID. And hopefully that will go in the winter. And then next spring, there'll be like this resurgence, hopefully, and things will start to get back to normal. That's the hope. Whether it does or not, I don't know. But I'm still saying that we've got to get through the winter, which is going to be tough. But we can do it, everyone, because we are united. Yes, that's why we're called the United Kingdom. Yes, we'll get through it. It's okay. And we don't need any help from our European neighbours. Thank you. Even though they've said that they're not going to help us anyway. But it's okay. It's okay, Europe, because we don't need your help. No, we don't need your help at all. That's why we left you. Yeah, yeah. You know why we left you, don't you? Yeah, because you don't really like us, do you? I'm talking about the European countries, especially that one that's very close to us. But anyway, less said about that, the better. Otherwise, I might get banned from YouTube. But there you go. So hopefully, things will improve. Things will improve. Keemstar, that's his name. I can never remember people's, situations when I'm actually talking, because I can't do two things at once. I can't talk and remember. The brain doesn't work like that. So I can never remember it until someone actually tells me, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. What's your dream team in any motorsport? Mine are Nico Rosberg and Jimmy Johnson. Dream team. Well, let's have a look. Well, I'm just let me do the three that I watch. Okay. Or used to watch. One of them I don't actually watch anymore, but I used to. But two I do watch. And one I really must get back into. So the three are F1, the British touring car, and Rallying, which I have lost, but I must get back into. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. So dream team for F1. Wow. There's a thing. Going through all the drivers, who would I have as a dream team? Well, I've got to say, obviously, a lot of people know this. As driver number one, I'd have Ayrton Senna. Yes, they would be part of my dream team. As driver number two, that's really tough. That's really tough. I'm not quite sure who I'd have as driver number two. See if we can find someone more modern to sort of balance it out. Nico Rosberg was good. I'd have him as a number two, Nico Rosberg, I must admit. But as you've already picked it, I've got to pick someone else. Number two driver. Number two driver. Jenson Button. It's got to be Jenson Button, hasn't it? Yes. Ayrton Senna and Jenson. Bit of a strange combination, I must admit. But yeah, I'd have them as my dream team for Formula One. Touring car, I'd have John Cleland and that other bloke that kept crashing all the time. What was his name? Oh God, I've forgotten his name now. The one that Mummy always used to say, "Look at that! Look at that!" What was his name? He did touring car for a couple of years, but I think he did F1 as well. But he couldn't keep it on the track. Anyone knows his name? Tell me. Oh no, not the fuel. Yeah, the fuel crisis, Jay. It's just ridiculous. I saw a news report about it, and there were at least 28 cars queuing out of one petrol station. Yeah, I know. It's just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. It really is. As I say, did you see that video? It's pretty much everywhere now of the woman who was emptying bottles of water to put petrol in. Yeah. Apart from anything else, that's stupid on so many levels. Number one is the fact that a bottle of water does not have a proper cap on it, which would stop the fuel from spilling out. It's only just a twist cap. So that's not good. On the other level, doesn't matter if you tip the water of the uh, out of the container, there's still going to be a little bit of water in there. So you're contaminating your fuel with water, which, as everyone knows, isn't good for it to have water in your fuel. So it's just stupid on so many levels. It really is. But there you go. That's what she was doing. And she brought the water in the petrol station. She brought the water in the petrol station, tipped it out in there was like a little container next to the pump or something, tipped it out into this little container, and then she started filling it up with petrol. It was a water bottle. She filled it up with petrol, and then she's got another one and filled it up with petrol as well. Just unbelievable. Just absolutely unbelievable. The stupidity, the real stupidity. As I said at the start of the stream, in case you weren't here at the start, Jay, I was always told having a car that you only half filled it, so that would increase your fuel consumption and, of course, less weight in the car. But no, they're going there, filling their cars right up to the top, which is if it's 16 gallons, it's very heavy, and of course they're filling up jerry cans in the back of their boots as well, full of this fuel. So they're like driving along with the bloody car scraping across the bottom of the ground, doing about 2 miles to the gallon, but they're saying, "Oh, it's okay though, because we've got our fuel." It's just, hello, brain cells, anyone? No, no, no. Unbelievable. Really is unbelievable. Thanks, Scott. We never give up and we never surrender. That's true. We don't. Yes, we didn't through a lot of hardships. Lot of hardships. I remember my parents went through a lot of hardships through the 50s and the 60s. A lot of people sort of forget that the 50s was a very, very bad time for a lot of people. I mean, they still I mean, I wasn't there, obviously. I'm not that old. I wasn't there, but there was still food rationing in the 50s, in case anyone didn't know that. Yeah, you had to get like these ration books, and you take them to places like your local butchers, and he'd give. I mean, every now and again you could dob this ration voucher in for like a couple of strips of bacon or whatever. That's what it was like in the 50s. Because unfortunately, in the 50s after the war was a decade of rebuilding. They were basically rebuilding the planet in the 50s. So many houses had to be rebuilt in the 50s, and so there was a lot of hardship in the 50s, and that did spill over into about the 60s, the start of the 60s, and then we sort of got this resurgence in the 60s with all the free love and the Beatles and everything else, and the music and everything. It just went crazy. But yeah, the 50s was a very hard time for a lot of people with like food rationing, which a lot of people wouldn't expect. 50s rationing the food, but yeah, that's what they had to do because there still wasn't enough food to go around because basically the planet had been decimated by the war. Yeah, if you start dropping bombs all over the place, resources are going to be very limited. And even though the war finished in 45, I think it was like 5 years before they even started, to get our country and the whole of the world back, to some sort of level that it was on before. So yeah, that was unfortunate. Tarquini, that was him. Gabriel, didn't I do a video on him or a career mode or something? I can't remember. I may have done. It was a long time ago now. Yes, Gabriella Tarquini. Greatest. I'd have him in touring cars, definitely, as my number 2 driver behind John Cleland. Oh, he was just brilliant on Gabriel Tarquini. Absolutely brilliant. There's a really good video on YouTube somewhere if you want to find it. Gabriel Tarquini being commentated by Mario Walker, and I can't remember the exact words. He says something like, "Look at this," and that's the advantage of having a clean windscreen in front of you. And literally, the moment he said that, Tarquini then barrels straight off into the scenery. Yeah, literally the moment Murray said it, he's off into the scenery. And it's just so funny. See if you can find it on YouTube. Gabriel Tarquini, commentated by Murray Walker. I'm sure it'd be there somewhere. Hello, Harry Potter. Oh my goodness, we've got Harry Potter on the show. Harry bloody Potter. Well, sir, he says, "Hi, I'm from Brazil." Well, welcome, welcome. I thought you were from Hogwarts, but apparently not. You're from Brazil, so welcome, Harry. How is it going right now in sort of Hogwarts? Is it good? Is it good? Is everything okay? How have you been dealing with the current pandemic crisis? Did you wave your magic wand and did it all disappear, or how are you still having sort of social distancing problems? I'm not quite sure, but please let me know, Harry Potter. I've never actually met Harry Potter. I've always wanted to. Just a little footnote: I've never actually read the books. No, and another footnote: I've never watched the films either. So that's my extensive knowledge of Harry Potter. Yes, I've never read the books and I've never watched the films. In fact, I haven't watched 1 second of Harry Potter. The first one did come up on the telly a little while ago. Yeah. And it almost got to the first second, but no, I turned it over. I'm sorry, but I did. But it came close. Oh my goodness, we've got 5 viewers now. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the rambling shite of Dave on a Thursday evening. I hope you're all doing very, very well. Yes, and if you're in the UK, I hope you're doing okay. Will F1, what the feck is happening tonight? Well, same as usual, Will. It's just me talking shit. Yes, as usual, every Thursday evening. It's quality entertainment, though. Absolutely quality. You won't get this kind of entertainment on Tomo F1. No, you don't get that. No, he just doesn't do it. Just doesn't do it. No, we got me. We've got TB the bear. Yeah, I know. We haven't seen him. Here he is. Look, he was having a little nap, weren't you, TB? Yes, having a little nap. He's tired. The fuel crisis. It's just too much for him. It really is just too much. He's been going to all the petrol stations, filling up his jerry can, and then bringing it back home. And he's been bathing in fuel. Yeah, because he's a bit of a sarcastic little bear. He really is. He bathes in the fuel because he doesn't even got a car. He hasn't even got a car. But he says, I don't need a car, but I can still buy petrol, can't I? That's my right. He says, as an individual bear, I can still buy petrol. I don't need a car though, do I? And he's been bathing in the petrol. Yeah, just to wind up all these people with no. Yeah, he's a naughty bear, really. You shouldn't do it, but he loves it, don't you? Yeah, he loves it. Oh dear. I'm just absolutely gobsmacked that Harry Potter's here. Any chance you could have a word with that Hermione or whatever her name was, because put a good word in for the Hookster. Just tell her that I've read all the books and I've watched every single Harry Potter film at least 6 times over. Yeah, just tell her that, and I'm sure she'll be impressed. I haven't really. F1 97 championship season. Yes, indeed. Shall I bring it back again? I think it's due for a comeback. Yes, of course, the game that started my channel, and it will probably be the one that finishes it. F1 97. Yeah, we've got to bring that back again at some point. I'm actually thinking of bringing back the 100% races, but not 100% races. I've got another idea. It's a crazy idea, but how about a whole season on every F1 game ever? Any ideas on that? Now, of course, I'm not going to do like 100% races, so it'd be like five lappers, I do believe. I'm hoping to get it, if I could get it into like 45-minute video. I'm not quite sure if I could though. But that was my sort of plan. I don't know whether I will or not, but it's what some of the sort of eggs I'm throwing up and down to see what sticks or not. So I might do that. Yes, a whole season on every single F1 game, starting from the beginning, of course, through to the end. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I think I've seen that video of Tarquini being commentated by Murray Walker. You probably have, Will. Yeah, it's been around for quite a few years. He's really funny. He's really funny. I just love the bit where he's got a clean windscreen in front of him and then smack straight into the barrier. Well done, Murray. God bless you. Do you remember ITV advert Damon and Murray Pizza Hut? Yes, I do remember that one. I do remember that advert very well indeed. I did love that advert. Well done, well done. Murray was such a sport in that, and Damon Hill was as well, I have to say. Well done. Oh, Harry Potter's back. There is a potion that cures the coronavirus. There is. Wowzers. Well, we can't actually advertise that on this channel, Mr. Harry Potter, because otherwise we will get taken down, because you can't advertise miracle cures for that word that begins with C. Okay, so keep that to yourself. But if you could sort of bung me a little bit of that potion, it would be greatly appreciated. And maybe you could get Harmony, what's her bloody name? Harmony to deliver it personally. Yes, that would be nice. How old is she now? She must be about 50, surely. When did those Harry Potters come out? Bloody years ago now, isn't it? I don't even know. I don't even know who the one was in it. What was her name? I don't know. I never watched Harry Potter. Who knows? Let's find out. Let's find out. Harry Potter. See, he's renewed my interest. Well, I say renewed. I didn't have any interest. Harry Potter, Hermione. Well, yeah, I know she's a character, but what was that her name? Hermione Granger. Yeah, who played her? Oh, Emma Watson. Thank you. Finally got there. There, RC told you she's 31 now. Phew, that was lucky, Dave. Whew, that was lucky. So RC, look, she's 31. She's practically a MILF. She's practically a MILF these days. 31 years old she is. Wowzers. Bloody hell, she must have been... Christ knows how old she was when she did Harry Potter then. Emma Watson. There you go. You get Emma Watson to deliver my C potion. Thank you very much, Mr. Harry Potter. Do I like Interlagos? Absolutely love Interlagos. My favourite circuit of all time. My favourite circuit of all time is Interlagos in Brazil, I have to say. It's possibly the only circuit I do pretty decent at in the F1 games as well, for some unknown reason. Possibly because I've played it so many times. Of course, I played it in F1 97 to death, and that's possibly why I'm still pretty good at it. The old muscle memory still remembers. But yeah, there you go. There you go. Anyway, I think it's time for me to say good night, good night, good night, good night, my friends. Good night from me and TB Bear. Did you like that, TB? Oh, it's nearly bath time. It's nearly time for your bath, TB. Yes, he likes his bath, don't you? All those soapy bubbles. Get all that soap in all the crevices. All the crevices. Yes, you've got to get that soap in all the crevices. And just... So I'd just like to say thanks so much for watching, everyone. You've been awesome. Let's go through and thank everyone that's been in the stream tonight. Let's go. We've got Scott Barnes. I can't pronounce your name, sir, but I'm going to... I can't pronounce it. No. I don't know if the J is the J silent. I'm going to say Ilya Elga. Is that anywhere near close? I'm not quite sure. It possibly isn't. But thank you very much for joining the stream anyway. And of course, Mr. J Cartwright, thank you, sir. Thank you very much indeed. Who else did we had? And of course, I'd like to do a special thank you to Harry Potter. And Wheel F1 almost... Oh, God. Oh, Jesus, TB. Almost forgot Wheel F1. Oh, if I'd have done that, he'd have been sent me about 50 messages straight after the stream. Oi, Hookster, you forgot me, you sponge. Yes, special way for Will F1, who I almost bloody forgot. Almost, but not quite. Tomo F1 will be in the live chat next week. Yeah, he will. Yeah, I've personally invited him. He says he'll only come on if the bear's not on. I think that's outrageous myself, because the bear's the star of the show. And the bear has to be on. I'm sorry, you can't have that. But if he want Tomo F1, if you're watching, I'm sure you are watching Hookster Talks, because it's a Thursday evening. What else are you doing? So I'm sure he is. So Mr. Tomo F1, this is a personal invitation from me, the Hookster. If you would like to appear on Hookster Talks, where we can talk about Formula One, the state of the world, the state of anything really, please feel free to DM me. That's what all the big YouTubers saying it. DM me, darling, DM me, and feel free to, and we'll sort it out. And as soon as I've worked out the technology, I might be able to get you on camera at the same time. At the rate I'm going, that will be about the next 6 months. Yes, I will definitely get some guest stars on at some point, but I still haven't downloaded OBS yet, so I've got to do that, and then we can go from there. Luckily I do know how to work OBS, because I do use it for other things, so that'll be okay. But I still haven't done it on this computer yet, so I must get around to doing that. And we'll see if we can sort the technology out and get some special guests. Who knows, everyone? Who knows? Yes. Don't get too excited. No. He's not that a special guest. Well, he is. He is really. He's definitely a friend of the channel anyway. Yes. But what I mean is, he's not. He's not up there with the Aravas of this world. I mean, that would be unbelievable, wouldn't it, TB? If we could get Arava on the show, wouldn't it? It would be. Yeah. Oh my God. I'd be beside myself if we could get Mr. Arava to come on a Hookster Talks with TB the Bear. Oh my God. But no, I'm hoping at some point, if I can work out a technology, so don't expect it next week, because I haven't even sorted it out yet. But at some point, I am expecting or hoping to get the Moaning Yorkshireman on Hookster Talks live. Calm down. Calm your tits down. Yeah, all right. Just calm down. Okay. Whether we better work it out or not, I don't know. But I'm hoping to get him on at some point in the future. The rate things are going, probably be Christmas. But that would be good. What about a Christmas special, Hookster Talks Live, with Josh Stocks? Would you like that? Would you like to see? I'd like to see that. Definitely. And if we do manage to pull that off, I'll probably extend the time out a little bit as well, because, hour and a half is not long enough with Josh. No. Have you heard how long he talks for? God. Yeah. So might be a 2-hour special. Yeah, 2-hour special. It'll be just like the Morecambe and Wise Christmas shows. Yeah. We'll get Glenda Jackson on as well. I know nobody knows who Glenda Jackson is, but I do. Yeah, we'll get her on as well, and it'll just be a magical time at Christmas. Yes, Christmas, a magical time. We've got no food and no petrol, so we can't go and see the relatives, which isn't really a bad thing. At Christmas time, it'll be a wonderful time. There'll be no turkeys for anyone, because we've run out of oxygen, but it will still be Christmas, so it'll be a wonderful time. There'll be no electricity, so we can't put the decoration lights on, but it'll still be a wonderful time. Oh, God. Jesus McFreedus. Yes. So anyway, I sort of lost track there, but yeah, if Mr. Tomo F1 would like to join Hookster Talks, send me a DM, darling. Send me a DM, and we'll sort it out. And he will be live in like, I don't know, big corner of the screen. I don't know how big is he? How big is he in sort of terms of F1-ness, F1 YouTuber-ness? I don't know. Does he only deserve that size screen, or maybe that size screen? I don't know. But anyway, we'll work that out. I'm sure he watches, so I'm sure I'll be getting a DM straight after this stream from Tomo F1. Oh, such a sarcastic twat. So yes, there you go. Bloody Hookster, that's me. Alva will join in soon. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he's watching right now while he's fiddling away with his joystick, trying to sort out his latest video. I'm sure he's watching. He's probably got me on in the background now. Yeah, and I've just mentioned Alva, so he's gone, Hookster. Yes, yes, because he made me the star I am today. He did, however. He was the one that said that my video of him, or should I say him and the other F1 YouTubers, it was better than episode 1 of Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. I've I've taken that to my heart ever since then, that I was judged by Mr. However himself, video content extraordinaire. My video was judged to be as good as a Star Wars movie. Bloody Star Wars movie, lads. A bloody Star Wars movie. Can you believe that? I just, I should put that up on the wall behind me, shouldn't I? However says my video was as good as Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Or maybe not. When will Cockney Dave make an appointment? I don't know. We may have Cockney Dave if we can get him out. If we can get him out of the cupboard, because he's just behind. Not there. That's the door to get out. No, the cupboard's over there somewhere. Yeah, over there in the background, just behind my beautiful calendar of I've forgotten the bloody name now. That beautiful racing driver from Canada. What's her name? Oh, for cock's sake. Valerie, that's it. Valerie Chassoon. Yeah, I know it sounds like a meat dish, doesn't it? But yeah, Valerie Chassoon. Don't worry, she's not French. Well, she's more Canadian than French. That's all we worry about. But yeah, my beautiful calendar. She sent that to me personally, by the way. Well, only because I kept pestering her for one, and she eventually sent one out. But yeah, But anyway, enough of the calendar. Not a lot of people sort of realise, but that is actually from 2018, that calendar. Yeah, that's not this year's. No, she didn't send any out this year. No, that was 2018. But I still keep it up there because it's Valerie. Yes. Anyway, I'm rambling. Just behind there is the door, and that's where Cockney Dave is. Yeah. If we shout loud enough, he might wake up. Cockney. No. Still fast asleep in the cupboard where he's been for the last, God knows, 6 months, I do believe. 6 months. Oh, Dave Hook and Josh Stocks, I'm up for that. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be up for that. I'm sure we'll be up for that sometime in the future. Just don't expect it too soon, but it will happen. Oh my God, we've got the plant pots in the house, everyone. TB, cover your eyes. He's covered his eyes. Plant pots here, everyone. Look out. We are not worthy. We are not worthy of the plant pot. No. Oh God. He says, hey Davey, do you think those guys would agree staying with F1 2020 is the best choice for the league? Yeah, I do think it's the best choice for the league at the moment, Joe. I was saying a little bit earlier on the stream that I'm currently doing a career mode on F1 2021, and out of all the career modes that I've done, this has been the most frustrating to make. And if you sort of think back to some of the early ones that I've done, like on the old PS2 games, with the primitive graphics, you'd think they were pretty. No, this one on 2021 has been the most frustrating series to make because, as I've said, I don't like to use flashbacks because every time I use a flashback, that's like 15 minutes editing that I've got to add to the time it takes to make a video. So I hate using them, but I have to have them on because obviously, as I've also said, sometimes I fall asleep halfway through a race and I can't really put that into a video because it won't be very entertaining. Well, it would be, but only for a second. But yeah, so I have to have them switched on, but I hate to use them. But I have used the flashbacks more times in F1 2021 than in any other F1 game, especially from like Codemasters since they've had flashbacks. Seriously, I just, and the fact that you can go over a curb at exactly the same point on one lap and it's absolutely fine, and you then do the next lap, do exactly the same curb, exactly the same position on the track, and the car spins out. It's just so frustrating. It really is frustrating. So yeah, I can't see 2021 being a factor, unfortunately, for the league because it's just. I mean, as in the ERL, we pride ourselves that we've got people from all abilities. We've got, top guys, medium guys, and guys that, just like to be there for the experience, basically. And I know for a fact that especially some of the guys that are just there for the experience, they would struggle horribly on F1 2021. They really would. Um, just the fact that you can just spin out really, really easily on one of these curbs. That's a frustration that you really don't want in a league race, because you spin out, and if you're someone who's sort of near the back anyway, and you're just fighting with a couple of other people like me, but if you're one of those people that's just fighting with a couple of other people and you spin out, it's basically race over, because you've got no chance of catching up. So it's boring for them. It's boring for them to have to put up with that when 2020 it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Obviously, it happens occasionally, but nowhere near as much as 2021. I just can't understand Codemasters thinking of the physics for 2021. Once again, they tried to reinvent themselves. It feels like 2015 all over again. If anyone remembers that game, when everything was just not working properly, it just feels like 2015. I just feel, even though that Codemasters had almost finished this game, like 90% finished, I think EA came in and tried to implement new ideas, because new teams, new departments, or whatever. And I think they just tried to, in the last few months of the development cycle of this game, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't like that just before Codemasters was about to finish it. I'm pretty sure it was pretty much the same as F1 2020. I can't say that they would have fundamentally changed it that much, but I think they just all got together in the room. Lots of teams, lots of new people, lots of head honchos, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, well, let's just change that bit." And Codemasters are saying, "No, wait, we nearly finished this game. Look, just leave it." And I said, "No, we want this and we want that." And I think it all got into a mucky puddle. This is the problem when big corporations try to take over the sort of smaller companies and try to influence what they are doing. I think EA should have left Codemasters to finish the game on their own for this year. Should have left it to finish the game, and then if EA want to do whatever they want to do to try and influence the next generation of F1 games, they should have started that with 2022. They should have just copy pasted 2020, because there's nothing wrong with 2020. They should have just copy pasted it just for this year, okay? Because everyone's got enough to put up with without a malfunctioning F1 game, okay? It was so easy. It was just a smooth transition from 2020 to 2021. Update all the liveries, keep everything else that everyone liked, the My Team stuff, just keep it all in there. Just smoothly transition into 2021, okay? And then next year, you can start the slate clean with 2022, which you're going to have to do anyway, because all the cars are going to be different shapes and what have you. So everything's got to be changed up. You could have done that, but no, they just had to stick their oar in for the last 10% of this. And it's the last 10% of 2021 that is broken. I believe the rest of it is fundamentally fine. But the last 10% that EA stuck their oar in and decided to change things is what's broken the game. And unfortunately, as I said earlier, no one's talking about F1 2021. If you look at forum posts, no one's bothering with it. No, really. And that's a real shame. That's a real shame. It really is. Because when it plays fine, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. I actually do like the revised physics. You certainly get a lot more feel in the car. I've never been a fan of these racing games where the back end is completely rigid. I like it to step out as you're going through the corners. It gives you that feeling that you've really got to concentrate. F1 2010 was absolutely nailed in that respect. Okay, you knew on F1 2010 that if you pushed it just a little bit too much, you would spin out, and that is what kept you on your toes, and it kept you focused as well, so that you tried not to spin out during the race. And it was a real buttock clenching F1 game. It really was, and it kept you focused. But a lot of the sort of later games, the back end's pretty much on rails. It is pretty much on rails. I have to say F1 2020 is pretty much on rails. It very rarely steps out. But 2021, it does. And you have to really concentrate, which would be good. But it's just the way it doesn't make any sense in terms of how it should work properly, and it doesn't. So there you go. That's my thoughts anyway on F1 2021. Also, I think that my family might be French way back in the day. Planter. Yeah, you could be right there. You could be right there. Yeah, yeah. My family name used to be Petite, which was French. Yes, definitely. I think it was La Petite. Yes, before they changed it. So yes, I've got French ancestry as well. Top guys, medium guys, what are you advertising here, Dave? I don't know. I think it could be an advert for Grinder. Yes, you can come and see our top guys, our medium guys, and our oh god no. We've got our oh god no guys. Oh no. Let's swipe left, and swipe left again. Yes. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. I was going to disappear 15 minutes ago, but then of course the plant pot turned up. So yes. Now say goodbye to Joseph, TB. He's giving you a little wave, Joseph. Giving you a little wave. Yeah, look at it. Look, we've actually found out something from the bear. We found out something from the bear. Joe, look. He can be nice bear or evil James Bond villain bear. Look, here he goes. Ready? Look. Nice bear. Nice bear. Evil bear. Evil bear. See that? Brilliant, isn't it? And I only moved him half an inch. Look. No. Oh, he's got me tagging me eye. Nice bear. Yes, nice bear. Evil bear. Evil bear. Well, we meet again, Mr. Bond. Ha 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 ha. Nice bear. Evil bear. Nice bear. Evil bear. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I'm sure Matt will feel better. Yeah, I think he was feeling better the other day. Yeah, I did speak to him on Monday, Joe, and he said he was feeling better. He just wasn't sort of up for doing the race, if you know what I mean. But he was, on a personal level, he was feeling a lot better. And don't worry, anyone who's watching, it wasn't the sea thing, just this really bad cold thing that's going around the UK at the moment. Like everything else that's going around the UK at the moment. Yes, it was that. But yeah, he is feeling better. He just wasn't up to racing because he wasn't sort of up to spec, as they say, and it was quite late, of course, on a Monday night. Take care to Dave and TB. Thank you, Scott. Thank you very much. Sea thing. Yeah, that's the thing that's been going around for the past couple of years. You're not allowed to mention it because that word gets flagged on YouTube. Yeah, because earlier we had Harry Potter in the chat. Yeah, the real Harry Potter, because he said he's got a potion that would cure that, you see. But I can't advertise that because you're not allowed to advertise potions that may or may not work to defeat the sea thing. Yeah, otherwise you get taken down from YouTube. Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. No. So we can't actually mention the word either. Otherwise you can get taken down. You can't mention the unless, of course, you're a medical channel where that's what you're talking about, then you can. That they have it's basically like the old snake oil salesman back in the day, or the blokes that used to sell barbed wire. Yeah, you can't just go on YouTube and try and sell a potion that would cure this, because obviously it won't, will it? No. So you can't do it. No, unless you're a scientist. Yes, unless you're a scientist and you know for a fact that it's been scientifically proven that it does kill this seed, you can't advertise it on YouTube. Otherwise you get taken down. So there you go. I got my V thing for the C thing. Yes, exactly. Me too. They're doing boosters now. I haven't heard anything. No one's sent me an email saying I'll get a booster, so I might get a booster later on. I don't know. Get a booster for the Hookster. What do you reckon, TB? Hey? I don't know. Having you so close, I think I might need a rabies shot. Has he got rabies? You bloody bugger. Hey, all right, stop it now. Stop it. I know. Stop getting so excited. Stop getting excited. Oh God, he's off. He's off, everyone. He's off. Oh God, get off me edge. Get off me edge, you bugger. No, stop it now. Stop it. Oh, will you stop humping the back of my head? I don't know why he keeps doing that. He's got a fascination with humping the back of my head. Stop it now. He thinks it's a big bald egg he does. Oh, TB, behave yourself. You'll get us taken off air. You'll get us taken off air. Oh God. He's off again, lads. He's off again. Look at him go. Look at him go like a bloody trip hammer. Steady now. Oh, hang on. I think he's finished. There he goes. Oh, okay. Are you happy now? He's happy now. Good. And on that bombshell, it's time to definitely say goodnight. They're doing it at Steph's store. I understand. The bee thing. Yeah, the bee thing. Yeah, the bee thing. I know the bee thing. 65 and over here. What are you trying to say, Joseph? I am not that old. For cock's sake. Everyone goes on about my age. They really do. I am not that old. No. Do you know how old I am? I'm the same age as Jason Statham. Yes, believe it or not. I'm also the same age as Richard Hammond. Top Gear's Richard Hammond. Yes, I'm not that old. You're only as old as my youngest brother. That's right, I am. See, I'm not that old. No. Admittedly, I do look old, yes. But that's just, as Indiana Jones said, it's not the age, it's the mileage. Yes, it is the mileage. I'm a very high mileage runner. Yes. I got quite a few oil leaks, but that's another problem. But yes, I am not that old. Not that old. Do you know, I was at work once, yeah, and a lorry driver came in, and we used to play guess the age, during our lunch break, because there was nothing to do during a lunch break. So this lorry driver came in, and he had to guess the age of everyone that was sort of sitting around, and he guessed my age. Do you know what he said? He said he thought I was 42 years old. Do you know how old I was at that time when he said that, TB? 20 chuffing 4. 20 chuffing 4. Unbelievable. But just to say, I will say that I actually looked older when I was younger than I do now, believe it or not. Because I had this sort of half bits of hair that made me actually look older than what I do now. So I can understand how he come to that conclusion, but to add 20 years to someone is a little bit crestfalling, isn't it? I was like, oh, God. So yeah, thank you to that truck driver back in the 90s. Thank you very much. Joseph has 5 brothers. Bloody hell. 5? 5? That's a lot of brotherly love, isn't it, TB? That's a lot of brotherly love. A little curl to the beard and a hat, and you'll fool them all. Yes, I do need a little bit. Yeah, I should dye the beard, shouldn't I? Dye the beard. Dye the beard. Put a hat on. I don't know if I've got a hat. Have I got a hat? No, I don't think I've got a hat. Don't think I've got a hat. Look, Joe, this will fascinate you while you're here. My PlayStation 4 controller's finally bitten the dust. This was the one I had before that, if you remember, I was having problems with the button. Yeah. I have managed several times to coax it back to life, but unfortunately now, she's a deader, Captain. She's a deader. Look, keep pressing the button, nothing happens. And before you ask, the battery is fully charged. But yeah, I've looked it up online. It's a very common problem. There's a little membrane that goes inside there, and it doesn't make electrical contact, and it stops working. So I did take it apart last night, though, and put it back together again. Usually that cures it for a little while, but she's not working now, Captain. She's not working now. So I'm going to say that, and it's going to come on any second. I'll keep pressing the button, and it's going to come on. I just know it is. Just going to come on. No, I don't think it will, actually. Anyway, if I can't get it working, because apparently you can buy the membranes off of eBay, but they give you like a pack of 50, and they're you have to keep going through them all until you find one that works. And I can't be bothered with that, to be honest. I can't be bothered with that. So she may be going the scrapyard, Captain, but I will rescue her because she's got a good battery inside. So I'll swap it over with my other original controller, which the battery is almost dead on now. So that'll be good. And I've got thumbsticks, I can use them in the future. And of course, these triggers are still good as well. So it's all good. I can even swap the case over to have a nice blue case if I wanted to. So it's all good. But unfortunately, she's finally bitten the dust. As I said earlier, I think this is a fake one because they're very difficult to spot these days. But I think it is a fake one. And of course, fake ones haven't got that Sony reliability, unfortunately. So there you go. I did sit here for about 10 minutes last night, constantly pressing the button, but usually that does fire it up. But no, I think she's a deader. She's a deader. And unfortunately, without it coming on, there's nothing you can do with it. Although you can still use it as a standard controller. If you plug it in for the USB, you can plug it into a PC and it'll all work apart from the vibration. The vibration doesn't work. But all the buttons will work, even though it's not coming on. Yeah. So I could still use it as a PC controller, and you can also use it on the PS3 like that as well. So I could use it like that. So always not lost. Always not lost. Anyway, I'm rambling again. Yeah, I bet it is fixable. Just keep wiggling it, and it will come back to life. Yeah, keep wiggling it. Is that what you got to do? Just keep wiggling it. Keep wiggling it. There you go. Come on, come back to life. It does do. It has done so many times. Like you press it about a dozen times and it will come on, but this time she's decided not to. I did it about 100 times this morning and it didn't come on. So I'm pretty sure that whatever's gone has finally gone. Very weird. Very weird indeed. I wiggle it about, push it on the bottom of the button, on the top, the sides, all over the show. But no, she still doesn't want to fire up. Anyway, I've paid $169. I choose to watch you, Dave. You deserve your own talk show. I do deserve my own talk show. You're quite right, Joseph. Yep. Maybe one of the big sort of stars will be watching these videos, because I'm sure they will be, because there's nothing else they'll be doing right now. And they'll say, "Oh, send that man a DM, because we need him. We need him right now." And I shall be on. You'll be able to see me in future big talk show. Yeah, I shall be the next Jimmy Kimmel. Yes, next Jimmy Kimmel. Anyway, it's time to disappear now. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. You've been awesome as always. I think I've said thanks to everyone. Yes, I did. I just got to say thanks to Joseph for tuning in as well. I said goodbye to Scott, I think, and everyone. I think everyone else has gone now. I think it's just me and you, Joseph. So there you go. Anyway, thanks everyone. You've been awesome as always. For me and TB the Bear. Oh, I almost forgot. This is supposed to be an F1 video. I almost forgot. Please, after the stream. No, wait a minute. Don't worry about it, because there's no F1 next week. No F1. Don't worry about it. Forget it. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you next week for another video with me and the TB Bear. TB Bear. TB Bear. Everyone loves the TB Bear. He's naked. He's naked. Look, he's naked. He's naked. He's absolutely naked. Oh, God. Look. Can you see his wee-wee? Can you see his wee-wee? Oh, no, you can't, because he hasn't got one. Oh, God. Anyway. Thank you, everyone, and good night. Awesome as always. Thanks, Joseph. Thanks, Scott. And thanks to everyone. And a special thanks to Harry Potter, who was in the chat tonight. Yes, Harry Potter. Well done to Harry Potter. Hope that cure works out for you. And I hope you sell lots. I really do. Yes. Well done and good night.